it's crazy, man. It's absolutely insane. But let's go ahead and get into this Mr. Beast thing because there was another thing that I saw while I was out, bro. Apparently, Mr. Beast is getting sued along with Amazon because this man, what the fuck? Oh shit! Damn it! That's one of the. Oh my god! It's one of the things I hate about Twitter. Man, let me just search that shit up, bro. I can't. I'm gonna make sure, man. Damn it! What the fuck? What? All right, Mr. Beast, man, bring that shit up. He says scrolling Twitter raw is crazy. Yeah, I should have known better, man. I shouldn't have did that shit. That was just dumb. Yeah, here it is. This is what I was talking about. So Mr. Beast and Amazon are being sued by the contestants on his up and coming game series, which is crazy because the game series is not even out. As you see, it says up and coming. Like it's not even out and you're already getting sued. Like this boy, Mr. Beast, is going through it, man. Damn, he's legit going through it. They said failure to prevent sexual harassment. Damn, doesn't that sound familiar? How the hell do you have sexual harassment amongst all the contestants? What the hell are we doing, bro? You said when you're scrolling, it auto scrolls up. Okay. Um, and then that's when failure to pay overtime and minimum wage. How? Like, I'm like you're damn near a billionaire. Unless Amazon gave you a specific budget and like you wasn't using your money, you was trying to use Amazon's money. If that was the point, the case, then all right, I understand. But still, for like the whole minimum wage shit, especially since it's Amazon and Mr. Beast, and you're paying people minimum wage, like that's crazy, bro. Because you got $1 trillion company and a billionaire working together to fucking make this game show, and you're paying people minimum wage. Like really? Then that's when no meal and rest breaks provided to the participants. This is one of the things that I will say is like that dude, Mr. Beast, is a fucking psycho, bro. It's like he wants people to be in these certain situations, this certain state that makes the game show or whatever that he's doing a lot more entertaining because he wants to put people in real stressful situations to see how they'll manage and how they'll navigate through all that. And it's like, why, bro? Like, chill out. So it says several contestants ended up hospitalized. Others reported suffering mental and physical complications while being subjected to chronic mistreatment, degradation, and for the female contestants, hostile working conditions. This is crazy to me, bro. This is crazy how all this stuff is coming out. It's like this kind of reminds me of like when you see stuff on Twitter or on TikTok where everybody's just keep bringing up Cat Williams. Like Cat Williams, he opened up some portal or whatever. This dude, Mr. Beast, has been caught up in a lot of drama this year. And like that video that we saw in the last stream was really weird. What do I think of the controversy can make you more hot? What? Do you think the controversy can make you more hot? OT only hurt in the long run? Or does it depend? Are you talking about overtime? OT, what are you talking about? Do you think the controversy can make you more hot? Overtime only hurt in the long run? Oh, or. Do you think the controversy can make you more hot or only hurt in the long run? Does it depend? Are you talking about Mr. Beast? I mean, all publicity is good publicity. Like when it comes to somebody like Mr. Beast, now when it comes to somebody like P. Diddy, that's different. Like that's gonna hurt. When it comes to Mr. Beast, it's gonna help because it's gonna drive him more engagement on his videos. It's gonna drive him more engagement on all of his social medias, bro. And even though a lot of people are gonna be talking shit about Mr. Beast and not liking Mr. Beast, they're gonna follow this nigga, bro. They're gonna follow his accounts just so they can see if he's gonna respond to everything that's going on. They're gonna see exactly what type of posts that he's going to be putting out so they can be one of the first ones to fucking comment talking shit about all the drama and stuff. Like, people are so stupid. They don't realize you doing all that shit is helping this dude. It's helping the people. It's not fucking hurting him that you're looking at his fucking posts. Just because you don't watch his video, but you still comment, that shit still helps, nigga. Like, I don't understand. Just because you go to his video and dislike it doesn't mean shit. It still helps, bruh. Any type of engagement helps get him more attention. But so many people don't realize this dumbass shit. They think them talking shit is actually, that's the way to go about it. No, nigga, if you mind your business and stop focusing on that shit and it doesn't get attention, that's how you freaking get your point across. Like the whole Velma TV show, people was legit hate watching Velma and making Velma like super popular. Now HBO Max freaking greenlit Velma for a season 2 because it was getting so much attention. They don't give a fuck that you don't like the show. It's the fact that it got so much attention. It got them so many freaking subscribers and a whole bunch of viewers and all that type of shit. They don't care. Like, this is one of the things I want people to understand. They don't care. He said that's why the Acolyte got canceled. Nobody watch it. Yeah, exactly. The thing is, like, people was making the Acolyte, but that's something different, bro. Because Star Wars is different from Scooby-Doo. Like, trust me, if they would have made a live action Scooby-Doo or Velma show, I mean, and did the shit that they did, I don't think it would have got all that attention. But the fact that it was animated, I think that's why it got like so much attention, because people love animation. I feel like there's more people in the world that love animation than live action when it comes to TV shows. When it comes to movies, it's completely different. People love live action more than animation. But the difference between that as well is because it's Star Wars. Even though Star Wars is a real popular IP, is one of the most popular IPs of all time, it's still only popular to a certain demographic. Majority of people in the world don't give a fuck about Star Wars. When you have these Star Wars TV shows coming out, they're not going to get a lot of views regardless if they're good or if they're bad, because nobody gives a fuck about Star Wars. Like, the only people that care about Star Wars are the people who love Star Wars. Like, that's just one of the things that people got to accept and understand, bro. People talk all this shit about how Andor is so good. Andor was not really getting that many views either. I mean, it was probably getting more views than the Acolyte and all that shit, but that shit wasn't getting a lot of views. Another thing, when it comes to Disney Plus doesn't really have a lot of people who want to watch that type of shit anyway. Like, majority of the people who are subscribed on Disney Plus, they're subscribed because of their kids. Their kids can watch a lot of that animated stuff. They can watch zombies. They can watch freaking Descendants. They can watch all that other stuff. They don't give a fuck about Star Wars. They don't give a fuck about the MCU like that. And when I mean like the MCU, they don't give a fuck about the MCU shows. They care about the movies, but they don't give a fuck about the shows. Like, yeah, people care about the Star Wars movies. They don't give a fuck about the shows, bro. So let's go ahead and see exactly what he has to say.
I'm hungry. All right, jokes for food. I wish a philanthropist YouTuber would just give me 10K and not film it. Hey, what the hell happened to you? Mr. Beast, that's what happened to me.
What we do here is go back.
I was gonna be somebody. I was gonna be the Carl took my job. Carl took my job. It's the worst production night I'm gonna make me do. Oh no! I didn't. No.
Okay, content cop from Temu back at it again. So just before I get into my interrogation with former Mr. Beast employee Jake Weddle, a lot has happened since my last video. After posting, I got hundreds of messages from former Mr. Beast employees, and I had them all like send proof of former employment. You know, just people showing their support or telling their stories of you know, fake videos or unsafe practices, you know, toxic workplace, stuff like that. I'm not really gonna get into those claims because, for one, like, most people want to stay anonymous, which I understand. And also, like, I think most of that stuff's just been covered with you know, the news coming out about Beast Games and everything. And also I have like more serious allegations.
Oh, so he already knew this. So they was already talking about the Mr. Beast games on Amazon Prime when he put this video out. like 2 months ago or a month and a half ago. I'm just now finding out about this. I did not even know. Wow.
That I want to start covering. Also, I heard from a very credible source that Mr. Beast has been sitting on a response to part 1 because he was worried if he posted it, I would instantly respond with part 2. You know, like this is Kids Bop, Kendrick Lamar vs. Drake. Also, I know Mr. Beast's secret CEO has been practically like harassing my people on, you know, hey, what's in part 2? What does he know?
Secret CEO. Secret CEO. So you telling me Mr. Beast don't run his shit? What?
So I will just tell you, James, what will be in part 3, so you don't have to harass my people. It will be about serious allegations of sexual misconduct in the company and your direct involvement in covering up those crimes. And I'll make sure to give you full credit and plaster your face all over the screen when we talk about that. So yeah, I've gotten dozens of messages from former Mr. Beast employees of very serious allegations. So I just want to put a call to action at the start of this video that, you know, if you have a story, you can DM me. Just make sure you send proof of employment first, because I get a lot of DMs. And like, as much as I meme and joke around, like, I take anonymity very seriously. So without explicit permission, I don't go public with anything. And obviously, if it goes to court, I would hope they would censor your information from the court documents. I don't know. Oh, and former contestants too. That's another thing I heard after posting my last video is during the 100 Boys versus Girls video, I have people corroborating the same story that the camera guy who gave the girls a drone was making some girls feel uncomfortable. You know, you trap these girls in a circle and make them sleep on rough turf and get them high on paint fumes, and then you try to f them.
Okay, that seems really dark.
No, it's not dark. You're misunderstanding me, bro.
I think I am.
Yeah, you are.
because of the
if the girl
implication.
said no, then the answer obviously is no.
No,
But the thing is she's not gonna say no. She would never say no because of the implication.
Anyway, so that will be part 3.
I've never seen that show, but I know about that scene because I've seen that scene so many times on TikTok, bro. I thought about watching Always Sunny in Philadelphia, but it's just, I don't know, man. It's just, I know it's probably funny, but it's just, I don't know. Just because, how many seasons are there? Was it like 9 seasons or something like that? I don't know. It's so much. And then, like, it's one of those type of shows where isn't it like 20 episodes per season or whatever? 20, there ain't no 20 seasons of Always Sunny in Philadelphia, bro. There's not no 20 seasons, bro. That shit has not been going on that long, bro. There ain't no 20. Hold on. There ain't no damn 20 seasons, bro. There's 20 seasons? What? What the fuck? There's 20 seasons? 2005? It's still going? I thought it was done. What? Season 10? Where are the seasons at? 18 seasons? Oh, hell no. Hell no. What? I thought this shit was done like years ago. Like I did know that they brought it back for like a little while because like his body was different. Cause I know he started working out and shit. And I know he came out with like another show that he introduced in E3 or something like that. But I thought they were done, man. So why are they doing this podcast now? Like the show is done and over with. Cause I saw that they're doing a podcast. Like, isn't that usually for people who are reminiscing about like the show? Like, what the fuck, bro? That's crazy to me. What the I understand that it's hilarious. Damn. Well, All power to him, bro. I'm happy for him. 18 seasons? That's crazy. I don't know, man. I don't know if I can watch that. I'm sorry. That's way too many seasons. And I know like each season is like what, 22 episodes or some shit, and each episode, like you said, is 30 minutes. That's too much.
Free, so
That's too
Mr.
much.
Beast, do with that information what you will. I know Chucky didn't want to respond to those allegations. So anyway, my interview with Jake Weddle, I chose to interview him because I thought he was perfect because he was both on camera and behind the scenes in 2019 and 2020. And also, what people don't know is that he came back in 2021 to be the sole contestant of a Mr. Beast video, which never got uploaded because it went very badly. He also knows about another portable document format who was working at Mr. Beast while actually on the registry. And I'll get more into that story at the end of the video.
I heard of those two things when it came to this, his whole videos and stuff.
Got his DM, drove straight to New York overnight, did not sleep, just drank a bunch of caffeine. And I also only had one microphone in the interview, which he's wearing. So it's mostly just him talking. Also, like, final thing, people said my last video started slow. This video also starts slow. It builds up over time. But I'll do the retention thing and say, the ending will blow your mind. It's crazy. Yeah. Okay. Jake Weddle, everybody.
I'm Jake Weddle. Most people who, if you know me from Mr. Beast, I'm a deep cut. I'm in a few of the videos, sometimes maybe purposefully kept in the shadows a little bit. I'm in the cutting room floor a lot of the time. But I've been in some videos, I've worked on a lot of them. I was there from 2019 to 2020, 2021-ish when I came back and did some more. I was there when they were authentic, and then I saw the transition to what I feel like is a company. He's like a TV show now. It went from YouTuber guy with a camera to Amazon. The culture around there was very unspoken, but there was a vibe. There was half the people who,
I never thought that he would do something like that. Because I was thinking about doing something like what he's doing with like a new YouTube channel. But I don't know. I've been like contemplating if I would ever get to that point. Would I sign it up and partner up with a network, or would I just keep my own show and put it on YouTube? I don't know, because like when you're signing those contracts and stuff, I understand that he's like a smart guy, that dude Jimmy or whoever is the secret CEO or some shit. I understand that they be trying to take your rights, man. They really be trying to take your shit and then be signing you like these bullshit ass deals. So that's one of the reasons why I was kind of like, I think I might keep myself being on YouTube if I was to ever do something like this. So I know that he probably signed the deal to the point where he can keep his thing just in case this stuff ever cancels or they split the partnership or whatever. And he has the power to do that. He has the influence to do that because he really doesn't even need Amazon or whatever. So,
who made Jimmy happy, you were on the good half. And these people got random bonuses and were usually moved up, had more screen time. And then there was people who, if you had a disagreement or butt heads with Jimmy or just you didn't like it, you were in the other half. And I consistently was in the half that Jimmy did. Jimmy doesn't like me. That's fine. I don't like him either. It's okay. It's just so good to say. I don't like Jimmy. I hate you so much. He didn't want anyone to get more popular or have more of a way out necessarily. Like, oh, I'm doing my Twitch thing on the side. Don't do that because you could get famous and leave and talk about me negatively. And I could tell that the yes men were, doing well.
Whoa, really? Shoot, the way they got this thing, he's talking a little fast. I might have to just put it back on normal. Damn, that's how Jimmy is, bro. He want to make sure he keep his workers.
Get more popular or have more of a way out necessarily. Like, oh, I'm doing my Twitch thing on the side. Don't do that because you could get famous and leave and talk about me negatively. And I could tell that the yes men were, doing well. And I was, disgruntled for quite some time. So I've talked to reporters, right? Like publicly. And I've always had to choose my words very, very carefully because I don't want to say anything I don't stand behind, obviously. So I used to talk to people. I used to glaze Jimmy publicly for things I do genuinely think are true. But then it's like, well, how come you didn't talk about the working conditions? Well, I wanted a career. I didn't want to, speak ill of YouTube's golden boy and then I'm blacklisted forever. I tell people I was talking to you, and they go, "Don't, what are you doing? You're going to kill your career." It's like, I have to or I'll be sad. If this is the moment, we're going to talk about it. So as far as that, that's my covering up the why we didn't talk about XYZ sooner, but now you know.
What would you say is the fakest video that you worked on while you were there?
Fakest video that I worked on while I was there. This is the extent of the fakeness that I was involved to. This is like admitting to my complicity.
Saying, is this the guy that Mr. Beast kept inside of a room for like a month or some shit?
Let's see. I was a writer there, and we were working on a video, crushing my friend's car with a rock or meteor or something. It was a rock or a meteor in the title of it. I can't remember, but he wanted to do a prank where, unbeknownst to the person, he takes a rock, crushes their car, and they're supposed to think a rock came out of space.
We're gonna take a meteor and we're gonna put it on Weddle's car. We're gonna take another meteor and put it on Marcus's car. Both of them have no idea that we're doing this. Weddle and Marcus are probably shocked. They had
Why? What kind of video is this? Like, what is the point? Why? And this shit got 2.8 million likes. Like, what? I guess I gotta watch the full video, but it's like, how is this shit entertaining? Oh, wow, he used a big fake rock. Or he used a real big rock and just crushed somebody's car. Oh my God, that is amazing. Like, what? Like, are you serious? It don't fucking matter. Like, did he buy them new cars afterwards or something, or what?
no idea.
And so that was the one and only time I had to, my car? What? And on the fly, I saw him, because Marcus was in that video. So Marcus is calling his mom. Marcus genuinely had no idea. He genuinely had no idea. But so Marcus is calling his mom, and his mom's freaking out. And I'm like, oh no, they're gonna call my mom next. So I had to text my mom, who had to beg to get the title very quickly. Now I'm texting my mom, I go, Mom, I'm about to call you about the meteor thing. You have no idea? Be surprised. And then I hit send, and then they go, call your mom now. And I call my mom and I tell her, and oh, she should have got the Oscar. Oh my God, on the fly, she goes, what? I'm on vacation. Mom, my car has been destroyed.
Wait, what?
A meteor hit it.
Jacob, I'm on vacation. Do you understand?
Yeah, I did that video, and they're supposed to give me $10K to put a down payment on a new car, and they wanted me to get like a big flashy new car. $10K was supposed to be a down payment, and I can't afford a big flashy new car.
Only 10K? Nigga, you are damn near a billionaire, bro. If you don't buy that bitch off, what are you talking about? Damn near 10K. Only 10K for a nice flashy car that you're putting that burden and responsibility on me, unless you're about to take that car away from me and then give me some whack ass Toyota Corolla or some shit, some 2002 Toyota Corolla that you got for fucking $4,000 where the OS system is messed up or some shit. Like, why would I wouldn't even do that? I'm like, hell no, man. I don't want no fancy car, bro. So you put the responsibility of the car insurance on me. You put the responsibility of the maintenance on me. You put the responsibility of me paying the payments. $10,000, bro. And I know the car they probably wanted him to get might have been like fucking 80,000 or some shit, maybe 100 grand. Like, nigga, I'm not doing that shit. Only 10,000? Hell no. If I was to get a car that's like freaking 100 grand, like, nigga, you better put down half.
Does that work at Mr. Beast? So I couldn't get anything I couldn't afford the taxes on. I couldn't get anything I couldn't afford the insurance on. So I do my part of the video, and I get a mom van that I could afford. And
exactly, that's smart.
Get a cooler car. I was like, I can't afford that, bro. Come on, what are you talking about? If I was working.
Yeah, he wanted you to get a cooler car so the views could be real good, man. It'll be more entertaining for the video. He don't give a damn that your ass would have been in debt.
On a TV show in the 90s, on a show that was a quarter as successful, I could retire today. But now I make dog shit pay, making gajillionaires more money. And I just walked into the writer's room, and that's one of the reasons why I left, was because I just walked in there and asked for not necessarily a gajillion dollars, but maybe a salary that was more proportional to the work I was doing, given how much revenue that work was doing. And then, you know, I talked about that, and I talked about the Writers Guild and how this is what Writers Guild industry standard is for the streaming internet content with ads. I thought that was the closest thing to YouTube, and I didn't even bring up residuals, because oh my God, if I got residuals for every video I worked on, boy howdy, I could retire. But yeah, the other thing I talked about was,
I mean, yeah, that does sound good, but I don't think there's a union for that. And like that's like a very unique situation, because even though there are like millions of freaking YouTube channels, it's not really that many YouTube channels doing like what Mr. Beast is doing. I'll say out of the millions of YouTube channels that are on the platform, there might be probably like 1,000 that are doing like what Mr. Beast are doing. Maybe a little bit more. And it's kind of hard to regulate that when it's not really that many channels doing what he's doing. So that's one of the reasons, like in the last video we watched, he feels like he can get away with a lot of shit because it's not like TV. This is social media. This is YouTube. He said, what's the longevity of the revenue on Mr. Beast's video? Well, the way it's different for each channel since he gets like so many views and he has like a lot of sponsorships within like one video most of the time. The longevity of his videos is he gets paid like for years, bro. For him to put these people in that type of situation where they're working for minimum pay, and then they're working like these hostile working environments, or are they getting like assaulted or whatever? It's just like, that's real fucked up for somebody that gets paid the amount of money that you do to have these individuals be in these type of situations. Like, what the fuck? Because you're legit. Like, I keep saying this shit because it's true. He's even said the shit himself. His channel is worth $1 billion. So this nigga is damn near a billionaire. But the only difference between him and all these other billionaires is that he's a social media influencer and y'all saw his come up instead of him just coming out of nowhere or whatever. Like some of these other billionaires, y'all actually saw his come up. So y'all actually feel a connection with him because y'all feel like I'm also responsible for making this man as successful as he is. And it also brings me some hope that I could do something like what he's doing. And it's just like a whole parasocial type of relationship, man. Like, people are really connected to these damn social media influencers because it really gives them hope that they feel like that they could have a chance to do that as well. And a lot of these people be living vicariously through these social media influencers, bro. Either they will live through them, like with Mr. Beast. A lot of the stuff he does is what majority of people in the world, they will never get a chance to do the shit that he does. So that's one of the reasons why a lot of these vlog channels are so successful. That's one of the reasons why these couple channels are so successful. That's one of the reasons why these group channels are so successful, bro. People watch these channels and they sit there and they like, bro, I wish I had that. So I'm gonna watch this and just keep dreaming that I had something like that. And just me watching this makes it feel like I have something like that, even though I don't. So they will watch these group channels and be like, man, I wish I had friends like that we could watch movies with or play video games with and talk all this stuff, bro. That's so cool. That's why you're starting to see a lot of these gamers or whoever starting to create their own groups. That's why you have FaZe trying to do something like what AMP is doing, because they notice that is the wave, because that's what's getting a lot of traction, because a lot of people, like I say, they watch these people like AMP, like RDC, like some bros, like so many other group channels or whatever. Like, I'm gonna just name some like mover reaction group channels. You got Sorta Stupid, you got Bad Medicine, you got fucking Real Rejects, you got fucking Blind Wave, you get all of these channels. And the only reason why they're getting so successful is because people wish that they had what these people show you that they got. A lot of these freaking channels, they probably don't even know each other like that. They probably don't even really like each other like that. But they have these channels and y'all like legit watch them and love them so much because you wish that you had a friend group where you can watch movies with and play video games and all this stuff. And then like you watch these couples channels, wishing you had a couples channel where you can do real corny fake pranks and have these sort of type of videos where y'all dancing together or traveling, or y'all recording yourselves in the car talking about dumb shit that you just making up on the fly that's not even real or whatever. It's so much shit, bro. And it's sad, bro. It really is sad that a lot of these people are legit taking advantage of you being lonely. Like, it's fucked up. It really is, man. So many people are lonely in this world and they live through social media. Instead of them actually trying to do their own shit, they live through social media, and it's fucked up. And majority of those channels are fake, bro, because they noticed that that's an easy way to make money. Like, we're starting to live in a world where people have more anxiety. They are more antisocial. They are more lonely. They are more socially awkward and shit. So they really rely on these YouTube channels to give them a sense of friendship, to give them a sense of connection, a sense of companionship. Like, it's so easy. Just fucking go outside and talk to somebody, but they can't do it.
There was another writer there, older comic, black guy. He had a kid, and I got paid more than him, and I thought that was wild because he was older than me, had a child. We're doing the exact same job, and I'm some 20-year-old fuckhead white guy. Why am I getting paid more than him? I brought that up, and one of the things I didn't like about the way some of the V stuff shook out was.
Damn.
I feel really guilty about the way this like shook out. Yeah, I was talking to this other writer, like, it's fucked up, you know, that's how the pay is, and I want you to get paid more, you know, because you deserve to get paid more. You know, I don't have a kid. And he didn't want to rock the boat. He desperately didn't want to rock the boat. He's just, I like my job. I like, you know, because when you grow up with, you know, nothing, not to say that he did, but I know I did, you know. You get a little something, you don't want to lose it. So he didn't want to rock the boat.
Yeah, it's that fear of instability, I mean. It's that fear of, and it's also that fear and that doubt within yourself. You don't know what you're capable of. You don't actually really know yourself. So you sit there and accept this life of being in a dead-end job. So many people in this world today could achieve so much shit, but they are so fucking scared of not achieving it. And they're also impatient. That's another thing. You're just real impatient. Like, it's going to take some time, but they don't know how to manage their time. They don't know how to freaking schedule it and all that type of shit. And they come up with fucking excuses and be procrastinating and all this type of shit. And we legit live in a world filled with motherfuckers making excuses. And we live in a world where motherfuckers make excuses so much to where so many people just agree and validate and justify each other's excuses and feelings and shit. Because they like, oh yeah, man, they'll never understand. And it's like, nigga, no, you don't understand. Just because so many people agree with you does not mean that you are right. Like, I'm sick and tired of seeing these videos where, like, say a social media influencer or somebody who's successful or some type of celebrity or some type of corporation, somebody who's like a CEO or a higher up or whatever, is talking about how if you just do this, then you could have a chance at this. And then you go into the comments, like these videos are legit trying to help you and motivate you to achieve your dreams, or at least just stride for your dreams. And you look in the comments and it's just nothing but fucking negativity. It's just nothing but doubt. It's nothing but jealousy. It's nothing but hate. You always get in the comments and there's people talking about, oh, well, you know, it's easy for you. You a millionaire. Bitch, I was not a millionaire when I started. Like, I don't know why people say that shit. I'm not a millionaire when I started. Like, that makes no fucking sense. It's like you can't think of anything smart to say. So you say, oh, well, of course that's easy for you to say. You already got 1 million subscribers. Bitch, I didn't have 1 million subscribers when I started. I had to grind. I had to work hard. So many people talk about how, oh man, they'll talk about, oh man, these people are so out of touch with reality. No, nigga, you're out of touch with reality. If you actually stop doubting yourself, stop having fear, stop fucking trying to rely on other people and shit and getting validation from others, nigga, you will achieve a lot of shit. Bro. People tell y'all this all the time, bro. Your biggest enemy is yourself, bro. But so many people don't want to accept it. They always want to make it seem like everybody else is the problem. I'm not the problem. They are. They make it more difficult. They do this. Oh, it's rigged. Oh, you got nepotism. Oh, it's like nothing but fucking excuses. It's like, my God. Like, damn, you will never achieve shit with the amount of excuses that people fucking be crying and bitching about nowadays. Oh, man, they're so out of touch with reality. Nigga, no, the fuck they're not. No, they're not, nigga. You are.
But he said, hey man, if that's how you feel, you know, like if that's like, I trust you. He stood with me. He went to that meeting with me. And I said my piece and he backed me up. And I said, I need X, Y, Z or I'm out of here. And they said, bet. And they gave me a severance check the next day. And they gave him a severance check the next day. And if I knew.
Damn, and that boy just wanted to keep that job and now he lost it.
He was going to lose his job too. I wouldn't have done it.
Hey man, that was a blessing in disguise, bro. Yeah. I'm Dante presses his viewers to control their life. Oh yeah. Oh, is that what the video is called? Shoot, I might have to watch this video after this or whatever, just to remind myself. But it's true. Like you got to control your life, bro. It is true. So many people legit accept these dead end jobs because they're so scared of what could happen or what might not happen, instead of just actually going out there and committing to what it is that they want, bro. And then that's when they're unhappy. It's like you cause your own depression. You cause your own anxiety. You could easily leave this job once you have found another good job. I'm not talking about just leave your job, nigga. Find you another good job or work on your craft, work on whatever it is to achieve your goals, your dreams while you're still working that job. I understand that it can be tough. I understand that you can be tired. I understand that there's so many other things that you have to do when you're not working that can kind of take away from your time, your focus and all that shit. I understand, like I said, that you could be fatigued from you working a certain type of job for 8 hours, 9 hours, 12 hours, 14 hours, even more. I understand. At the end of the day, nigga, it's your fucking life, nigga. I'm not trying to hear you bitching and complaining, saying like, you gotta find the time, bro. You legit gotta find the time to do the things that you want to do. But so many people keep bitching and complaining about, oh, well, you know, I'm tired and shit. Nigga, so? Like, are you serious? Everybody's tired. And then what's also crazy is y'all literally be thinking that a lot of these people that make more money than you don't do shit. Like y'all will see somebody like me or I'm Dante or Berleezy or Dashy or Corey Kenshin, PewDiePie or whoever. Y'all see us sitting at a desk looking at a computer screen and like, oh, this nigga just making all this money doing it. Nigga, you don't know what I'm doing behind the scenes. You don't know what I got going on and all this other shit that I'm doing. You don't know what other avenues that I'm taking to make money. Too many of y'all be seeing this shit on social media and just be having this mindset that you know everything because you're like, oh, that's all he's doing? I can do that shit. But it's not that fucking hard. All you got to do is this, this, and this. Nigga, then do it. So many of y'all be thinking that you know exactly what to do, what somebody else is doing, how much money this person is making, all this other shit, but then don't be doing shit.
Me, I was over the moon. I was like, you're gonna give me a check and I get to leave? You know, I don't get to deal with the yeah, how many Orbeez can I fit up my asshole every day, you know? And I get to go home and you're gonna pay me to leave. I was over the moon. And he was devastated. He did not want. He's wanting to be in the room, you know?
Nah, that nigga needed to leave, bro. That was
I really regret that.
That was a wake-up call for him. That boy needed to leave. If that dude didn't leave, they were still gonna be taking advantage of him. I understand, because this is another thing that some people do, where they'll have certain jobs like this, where they think that they could have that hope of, oh, you know, maybe if I do this, or maybe if this happened, or maybe if I spend enough time here with this, I can get a raise. I can get a promotion, and the shit never happens, but you still hold on to that hope. A lot of times that shit is in your face, is letting you know, bro, you need to leave. But too many people are so scared to do that shit. And it's like, nigga, you need a wake-up call. A lot of people work these dead-end jobs. You need a wake-up call. I understand that it's hard to find a job and all this other type of shit and doing this and all. I understand. It's hard to do any and everything. That's why you need to have fucking patience, bro. A lot of y'all are impatient as shit. I understand that you're fucking sending out 100 applications. Nigga, I've been broke too. I fucking applied for jobs. I fucking have done job searching. I've been on Indeed. I've been through it, bro. I know how it is. You still have to fucking be patient and just work at it, man. You gotta build connections. That's another thing that y'all don't do because y'all so fucking antisocial. If you want to grow, build connections. Don't be bitching and complaining and being jealous that, oh man, this person freaking got this because of nepotism. Nigga, you need to take advantage of it, but you're not trying to take advantage of it. Because nigga, either you don't know how or you think you too good to do it. Nigga, then you're still gonna be broke. As long as you have that mindset of not taking advantage of nepotism, you're going to constantly be broke. Only a small portion of people get lucky where they can get into a certain position and make a certain amount of money without nepotism. Majority of people in the world has to use nepotism. You have to take advantage of nepotism. It's been like this since the beginning of time, bro. Back in Egypt with the pharaohs, back in the Roman Empire, back then with freaking King Tut and all them other niggas, back then in medieval times, nigga, it has always been connections. Nepotism. You can't get mad now and want to start bitching and complaining and, oh man, nepotism. I hate nepotism. I hate nepo babies. Nigga, no, you're just broke. That's all it is. You're just jealous and you're broke. Like that's it.
But you know, me and him, we're really still tight. We're still good friends.
Is he doing good?
Yeah, he's doing good. He's a good guy. I love that guy. He's doing good. Yeah.
So maybe you feel better?
Honestly, best thing I could have done for him.
Exactly. See what I just said?
You know, very, very far removed from all this crazy shit, I guess.
Do you think Jimmy really enjoys doing good and helping people?
I think Jimmy wants to be the best YouTuber. I think he is laser focused on one goal. And I think whatever he has to do to achieve that goal, he'll do. And I think it was the smartest decision for him that he calculated, because he's very good with numbers. If I donate to charity, people can't say I'm shitty. If I give this homeless guy 10K, what do you mean I'm a bad guy? But I've always thought,
I don't like that. Oh, shit. I do not like that. That sounds manipulative as fuck.
if you're going to do something nice for somebody and you stick a camera in their face while you do it, that you didn't do a nice thing for somebody. You gained something. There was a homeless guy on the street and you saw an opportunity for yourself and your image, and you gave one guy $10,000 who needed it to eat, and now the revenue you generated from that video is way more than what you gave. I think when he's generous on camera, it's the least authentic thing in the world. There's an element of, oh, hey, you're crying. That's so good for camera. I'm so glad if you're crying because you're so thankful that you got XYZ, and then you go, oh, I'm so glad he needed it that bad so I could come in and, can you cry more? Oh, it's so good for the camera if you could. Oh, it made me uncomfortable that I was working there, and I didn't like it, and I vocalized it sometimes, and I think that's why I wasn't on camera as much as they said I was going to be. I was told at one point.
I mean, I don't agree with some of that. I don't agree with some of that. Because that is another thing that I be hearing about every single time that somebody records themselves doing a good deed. A lot of people are like, oh man, why did he have to record it and this, and this? And it's like, why the fuck does it matter? Like, why does it matter? At least he did it. Like, are you serious? You're not doing shit. Why the fuck does it matter that he's recording himself doing a good deed? Are you giving homeless people $10,000? Nigga, no, nigga, you don't even give a homeless person $10. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, are you serious? A lot of y'all niggas, y'all interact with these homeless people a whole lot more than rich people do, and y'all niggas act like they don't exist. Y'all act like their lives don't mean shit. You don't look at them. You act like they start talking to you. You get on your phone. Nigga, you're on the damn calculator app trying to act like you actually looking at something important. Like, oh shit. Oh shit. So 2 + 2 does equal 4. Like, nigga, are you serious? It's crazy. Y'all put in your headphones, not even listening to music, just so you can make it seem like you busy and shit. And then you see the homeless person look at you and you just give them that type of look where you just, like, it's something like that. Y'all legit are some of the most hypocritical motherfuckers on the planet, bro. But you always want to come after the people that got more money than you. Nigga, y'all legit have more power than the people who got money. But y'all are so divided on the dumbest shit. Man versus woman, race, age, sex, gender, fucking politics, religion, everything. iPhone versus Android, Xbox versus PlayStation, fucking PC versus console. It's everything. Y'all are divided over everything. And it's crazy. Y'all spend more time and more passion talking about that dumbass shit than talking about, hey, man, we should all come together as a community and put our money together and pay for a building that we can create to become a homeless shelter or an orphanage or something. Or maybe we can turn it into a food bank or something. Y'all don't do that shit. It doesn't take that much fucking money, but y'all don't do that shit. I understand that there are other processes that go into that type of shit, but still, you can legit come together and do that. You don't do that. Then that's when you have organizations that try to act like they are doing it, like Black Lives Matter, and just take your fucking money and spend that shit on some mansions that they live in. And then write that shit off as a business expense. Oh yeah, this is the business headquarters for Black Lives Matter, while their whole family is in the backyard having a barbecue. Yeah, so I mean, like, I understand what you're saying, but like, for me, I don't think it's a problem with somebody recording it, unless like, if that shit comes off a certain type of way, or it's like, nigga, what the fuck are you doing? But if it's just like them doing a charitable act and they're recording it, like, what's the problem, bro? Like, what's the problem with me doing a charitable act and then recording it and then me getting money back from that? Why is that a problem? Why can't I do something that benefits me and that individual that I helped out? This is another thing that a lot of people don't understand. You are not supposed to put yourself in a hole trying to help somebody else out. So does that person want to be recorded though? I mean, like, I think they probably asked them. That's what I'm thinking. I know half of them probably don't ask, which, I mean, like, yeah, that is a problem. That is a problem. But like, if you ask them, and then like, if you even ask them on the video, like, I would even ask them on the video, like, hey, is it cool if I like record this or some shit? And if they say, nah, I don't like being recorded, I'm like, all right, is it cool if I like just blur your face out? And if they say still, like, nah, I just don't like, I'm like, all right, cool. But if they let me record it and I'm like, all right, cool, I'm gonna record it. Hey, I just made some money off of it and I gave you some money. What's the problem with that? Like that shit Kevin Hart did years ago, giving out money to drug addicted homeless people, having a big ass Kool-Aid grin on for the camera. What?
That I was gonna be like fourth banana, you know, it was gonna be Jimmy, Chris, Chandler, me, you know, and then that never happened. And I remember talking about that, like, hey, I thought my contract said XYZ, and then I got the severance checks, so you know, whatever, all that regard.
So after
That's probably how they set you up, like a lot of these other companies do, where they're like, oh, you know, we could see you being this type of individual in the next few years or whatever, and then that's when they never fucking do it. You know, like, yeah, we always promote our individuals very quickly and stuff, and we're hoping that you can be one of the people that we promote, and then they never promote your ass.
checks, how was your relationship with the company? I know you appeared in videos after that, right?
Right. So in videos where I was appearing in later, that's why you keep nice publicly. If you're nice in public, hey, Jake was nice in public. Let's have him back for something. You know? Yeah, sure. So I was hoping they call back. You know, and I appeared in some videos after I left. I think one of them was 3 days in a maximum security prison. If I did do mini challenges in that, I got paid. I was clocked in with a rate, and I would get paid and compensated for those. But there was one video I was in. I got paid a lot for it, but it didn't come out. It didn't come out because it didn't go well. There was a video that came out probably like a year ago, something like that. It got a lot of hot water when it came out. It was the surviving like $10,000 every day you survive in solitary, or surviving solitary for whatever. It was one of those solitary confinement videos that got a lot of media attention because everybody saw the premise and thought, what? You shouldn't do that. And people don't know that was the second attempt. The first attempt was on me, and it didn't go well. I was already planning on moving to New York, and I had worked at a couple of YouTube companies after Beast, and I had to.
Isn't that like a form of torture, bro? Didn't they do that in the war? I remember, man, that's like one of the, but like they did something different. But I remember like that experiment back during the World War where they sprayed some type of gas to keep like these dudes awake so they wouldn't go to sleep. And they kept them in some type of room and shit is, I don't even want to think about that again. I don't even know why I brought that shit up. That shit is terrifying. But isn't that like a form of torture? Isn't that like a war? Well, I don't know if it's like a war crime or some shit, but like to legit just keep somebody in a room for a certain period of time, bro, like that fucks with the mind, bro.
A little bit of change in my pocket, the most change I had in my pocket ever. Small potatoes.
Like that man can sue.
Bullshit, but
I know they had him sign a waiver.
Move to New York or whatever, and I get a call from somebody over there, and they go, "Hey, they want you for a video." I was like, "Oh, amazing, great, cool, thank God." What's the video? And they tell me the pitch, and they try to make the pitch sound like it's gonna be like a walk in the park. The pitch is 100 days in solitary confinement. But don't worry, like you only have to last like 30. We have like a video. They're pitching it like at first it's gonna be like a luxury vacation. You're gonna have like a hot tub and an ice cream machine, and like part of the video is gonna be you deciding like what items am I gonna get rid of, today, and it's like the choice. They were like, it's only gonna be bad for maybe the last like 5 days tops when you have like nothing left. You're the first. It's gonna be like a breeze for most of it, and by the end of it, after 30 days, you're gonna get $300,000 because it's $10,000 a day. And I don't know, man. I grew up poor in North Carolina. I said, excuse me? I'll dance for you if you put that kind of money in.
I know that's like one of the videos that Mr. Beast does a lot that gets a lot of views. The whole locked in, survive a type of room or area for a certain period of time. Who can survive the longest? Keep your hand on something for the longest. Who takes their hand off last? And I think I know exactly where he got this idea from. There was, in Asia, they do a lot of weird shit like that. And I saw this on TikTok like 2 weeks ago, or I think last week. Basically, there was a show on that was going on in Asia. I don't know when it was going on. I don't even know if this was going on after Mr. Beast started doing his thing, but like the footage that they were showing when they was talking about this on TikTok, it seemed like it was pretty old, but I forgot exactly the time frame when he said it. So like, just bear with me. Anyways, there was this game show in Asia. They be doing a lot of weird game shows in Asia and shit. You said it was in Japan in the 2000s. Oh, so you know what I'm talking about. All right, cool. So basically this dude, I don't know if he was homeless or whatever, or I think he was having some trouble with some money or whatever, but he knew somebody, or I think they just like came across each other. And I forgot exactly. I mean, I'm going to just show y'all the video. It's whatever. I'm not even about to explain it. I'm going to just show y'all the fucking video. If I can find his ass. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. This guy. Let's see. Where is it? Is this? No. It's... which one is it? No, it's not that one. I don't remember it being that far back. I mean, I understand he does post like almost every day. Okay, no, it was like past this. So was it this one? No. Was it this one?
So this guy, his name's Boy, and Boy is...
No, wasn't him. Where is that story at? Oh, here you
So
go.
this guy, let's call him Eggplant, because that's what everyone calls him. An Eggplant is just a dude living in Tokyo, and he really wants to be a famous comedian. And one day, he tries out for a TV show. It's sort of a game show. But they're a little vague about what this show is gonna be. Regardless, this is a big opportunity for Eggplant. This could launch his career. So he shows up to the casting office, and they select him. And the producer, let's call him Tosh. Tosh blindfolds him and takes him to a little studio apartment in Tokyo. And once they're there, Tosh finally explains to him the TV show they're about to be filming. They want Eggplant to strip down naked and live in a studio apartment with no food, no clothes, no contact with the outside world. He's not allowed to leave. The only thing he's allowed to survive off of are the items he wins from mailing in magazine sweepstakes. And he has to do this challenge until he's won over 1,000,000 yen worth of prizes from all the mail-in sweepstakes, which is around $8,000 US. And once he does that, the game will be over. So Eggplant agrees to do it, and bam, he starts his challenge. And suddenly he's just there, butt naked, alone, filling out as many mail-in sweepstakes as he can, up to 200 to 300 a day. And like first, he's hoping he can win some food, because they gave him nothing, only water. Now here's where the whole thing starts to get a little shady. Eggplant knows he's being filmed. He knows this is for a TV show. But Tosh tells him that little to none of this footage will ever make it to air, and that the show itself probably won't make it to air. But that is a lie. That footage immediately goes to air. It's part of a variety show. Once a week, producers take the footage and they cut it up, and every Sunday night they air a compilation of Eggplant's weirdest and craziest and funniest moments. And Eggplant in that apartment has no idea any of this is going on. Millions of people watch this show every week, and they watch Eggplant just living in this apartment, alone, butt naked, and people freaking love it. They think Eggplant is so funny and quirky. Meanwhile, in reality, Eggplant's actually having a really hard time. He's completely isolated from anyone, he doesn't have any clothes, and to make it worse, he's starving because magazine winnings take a while to come in because they have to come in through the mail. So producers, they end up giving him a small amount of crackers so that he doesn't literally die. And then about 2 weeks...
Only a small amount of crackers. That's insane. Like, you can't give me something that will last, like, say, a week or two, at least. You only give me, like, some small crackers that could probably get stale within, like, a day or two or whatever if I don't, like, cover them up right.
Weeks go by, and bam, he wins something that feels life-changing to him. A bunch of packs of fiber jelly, which is like a sugary drink. And so he lives off that for a while. Then, a week after that, thank goodness, he wins an 11-pound bag of rice, which, hallelujah, is his first real food. But, sadly, he has no way to cook it. He would have to win pots and pans for that. So he has to eat the rice raw for a while. Then, about 2 months in, he wins his first article
God, I
of
know that stuff is probably uncomfortable.
used women's panties. Because I guess in Japan, you can just win used women's panties through magazine sweepstakes. Regardless, that all fails, because he tries them on, and the panties ultimately don't fit him. Then, around the same
They probably had dookie stains in there and, like, little pee stains, bro.
time, he wins a stuffed animal, a seal. And he hasn't held a conversation with a single human being in months. So this stuffed seal becomes his best friend. And he straight up hangs out with it and has conversations with it, like it's Wilson the volleyball. Then, 3 months in, he wins a toothbrush. So this poor guy finally gets to brush his teeth for the first time since he started this challenge. He's gone 3 months without brushing his teeth. But then his freaking rice runs out. And so he's got nothing to eat until he wins a bunch of dog food. So not only does he have to start eating dog food, but that becomes his primary food source for months. So now we're 6 months into this. And at this point, Eggplant has submitted over 38,000 magazine sweepstakes. And he's won a bunch of random stuff. A bicycle, a chair, a VHS player, a PlayStation game that he can't play because he doesn't have a PlayStation. But
It's crazy how they just got all this random stuff in these sweepstakes and stuff. It's just ridiculous.
outside world, his segment in that variety show, it's still airing every week. And it has become massively popular over the last few months. And it's now getting around 15 million views an episode every week. In fact, the show has become so popular in Japan, fans have figured out where Eggplant's studio apartment is. And the fans and the media and the paparazzi, they're all constantly showing up outside the apartment because they're looking for him. And Eggplant has no idea any of this is going on because he can't see out. He doesn't have a window. He still doesn't even know the show is on the air. That's how in the dark he is.
He can't even like hear the crowd outside though.
And Tosh and the other producers, they start to get worried. They're worried that Eggplant will see all this attention outside the apartment and that he'll figure out that he's being broadcast on TV every week. So they give him some bullshit excuse and they blindfold him and they relocate him to a new studio apartment about 5 hours away. And while they're at this new studio apartment, the producers decide that this show is so popular, they're gonna start live streaming the footage 24/7 so that anyone can tune in at any time of the day and see what Eggplant is doing. And so more months go by, and the show becomes even more popular, and millions more people are tuning in every Sunday to watch the weekly episode. And Eggplant still has no idea any of this is going on. He's just constantly filling out sweepstakes all day, every day. And then, one day, finally, after 335 days in captivity, kaboom, he wins a small bag of rice. And that bag of rice puts him over the 1 million yen mark. And Eggplant has officially won the challenge.
You see how that dude having an emotional breakdown right there? Because he been eating dog food for the longest. Now he finally can get some rice again, bro.
Till. After winning, Eggplant is suddenly woken up surrounded by a camera crew and they're congratulating him. And producers give him back his clothes and they blindfold him and they take him to a new surprise location. They actually take him out of Japan where he's super famous and they take him to South Korea where no one would recognize him. And they let him visit an amusement park for the day and they take him out for Korean barbecue, his favorite food. And Eggplant has a great time. And he still has no idea that he's now a celebrity in Japan. Then Tosh and the producers, they blindfold him and they take him to a new studio apartment. And there, they coerce him to take off his clothes and do yet another challenge. Because this show is straight up a hit. And Tosh and the other producers, they want to keep it going. And poor Eggplant, he really wants to launch his career. So he reluctantly agrees. And this time, he has to mail in magazine sweepstakes until he wins the value of a flight back to Japan. So Eggplant's like, fine, if this is my ticket into show business. But this time, it's different. By now, he's so good at mail-in sweepstakes that he just aces this challenge. After a few months, he wins enough prizes to meet his goal easily. So then finally, after all this time, they clothe him.
How can you get good at mail-in sweepstakes? I never understood that. I never tried mail-in sweepstakes.
Blindfold him and they take him back to Japan. But instead of taking him home, they take him to yet another studio apartment. And poor Eggplant, he's like, damn it, another challenge. And he instinctively takes all his clothes off and gets naked. But then, suddenly, out of nowhere,
see how scrawny he is, bro?
Boom. The walls of the apartment start to fall away. And strangely, he's standing in a TV studio in front of a full live studio audience.
And they all clapping and smiling while this dude legit just encountered like mental warfare or some shit, bro. This dude legit got tortured mentally, bro. Psychological warfare. And he's butt-ass naked and all these people just laughing and shit. That shit would have sent me over the edge, bro. I probably would have killed somebody. I'm sorry. I don't know, man. Like, I know I would have went berserk. I would have started breaking shit and stuff because I wouldn't know what the hell is going on, bro. Like, what the fuck? And I haven't freaking encountered a single human being in like damn near 2 years. And then the first time I encountered some new humans, well, I ain't gonna say a single human being because, yeah, he did encounter the freaking production crew and the producer and all that stuff. So yeah, you know that somewhat, but like they didn't like really talk to him like that, I guess. I don't know, but he didn't really go that too much into it. But they see him and that stuff would have just had me go crazy.
And they're all applauding for him. The producers had tricked him yet again. And poor Eggplant, he's like, what the f***? Because again, he didn't even know this show had aired. He still thought that they weren't even going to use much of his footage. And on top of that, not only is he super famous in Japan now, his show broke numerous broadcast records. There were over 17 million people tuned in to watch his show every Sunday night. Now, as interesting as that is, all of this definitely traumatized him, and there were plenty of negative psychological side effects. But this bit of fame does eventually help him break into the entertainment industry a little bit. He goes on to do some variety shows, he becomes a dramatic stage actor and performs all across Japan, he gets a role in a live-action anime type drama. So after all that torture, he ended up with a pretty good career. So, shout out to him. So this guy...
I mean, yeah, he achieved what he wanted to achieve, but like at what cost, bro? At what cost, man? But yeah, that's pretty much what I think Mr. Beast got his ideas from when it comes to like that whole being trapped in a room for 100 days or some shit. I think he got his ideas from that. Because I know Mr. Beast, he does a lot of research and stuff like that, and he probably saw how that got like super popular, and he knows that gets a lot of attention, so he's doing like his own American version of that. But the only difference between this and the whole thing in Japan is he's actually letting people know that, yeah, this stuff is going to be recorded and all this, and we're going to put this on our YouTube channel and shit. So
in my face, sure. They were like, you're going to be locked in this room, and we got to make sure you're on all the time. We're going to have cameras on you all the time, and you're perfect for this because you never shut the fuck up. On paper, I was like, okay, I can do this, and they always cut me out of the videos. They always, and I was, editors have told me that it's because you have too much of a personality. And so with this video, I thought, this is perfect. It's a video they can't cut me out of. I'm the guy. And so I thought, well, if I have to do this, if I have to do solitary confinement in order to do the things I want to do, then I will do that. That I held my tongue and I swallowed my pride and I tried to do one last ride. And I get there. And at first it's fine. And I mean, they had just freshly painted the set. You could smell it, which that's probably not good, the smell of fresh paint in your surroundings for the next XYZ time. It looked good on the visual. It looks good on camera. It's movie magic bullshit. It was a terrible facility. I mean, it was in one of the studios. They had to get a separate tank for septic stuff. Yeah, there was a hot tub in it. Yeah, there was an ice cream machine. Things were cool and funny on paper, but when you think about stuff, a hot tub that's not connected to a filtration system, give it 3 days, it's gonna stink. If there's not a hot water mechanism, so the hot tub was a lukewarm tub at best, which was a silly complaint, but the shower was always cold, and you're taking a quick shower. And I had cameras 24/7 on me, and the ice cream machine. Let's talk about that for a second. The ice cream machine has 2 modes: on, and off, reeking of smelly dairy mildew. So I got to choose which sense was assaulted at a time. I couldn't have all of them good. So the little things started to build up. There was the bug thing wasn't terrible, but it was a factor. And at first it was fine, and you're playing it up because it's a video, and it got to a point where they weren't turning the lights off. I asked them, I said, can we have nighttime hours? And they said no, because it would fuck up the time lapse shots. The time lapse of what? Me sleeping or me not sleeping? Yeah, I saw in other videos they did oh, you're gonna get XYZ hours of sunlight. Oh, great. Well, I don't know how they figured that one out. I didn't have it. One of the things was you got to take away your clock, so you didn't know what time it was. Okay, I got no access to sun. I got no access to clock. I don't know, the lights are on me all the time. I wasn't sleeping. I could not sleep, and I have insomnia problems now. But they might have started there.
Damn, that's fucked up. I really think they probably just didn't like this dude, bro. I think they did this shit on purpose, because from all the stuff that he's been saying and the fact that he's talking about they cut him out of a lot of the videos and shit, it really seemed like they just did not like this dude whatsoever. And it's like I keep saying this shit because it's just so weird to me. How the fuck can you make that much money And you put people through these type of environments.
Good people looking out for me. I had a lot of good people looking out for me saying, this, we gotta stop. So I just wanted to turn the lights off. And I'm vocalizing to people, I wish the lights would turn off. And I go up to my friend, my good friend. And I go, they're not turning the lights off. He goes, what? That's a war crime. We're not allowed to do that to terrorists. Oh.
So I was right. So it is a war crime. That's fucked up.
Oh, good.
Oh, well, what they was doing when it comes to the sleep deprivation, not just him being in the room for 100 days, but so for the sleep deprivation, it was a war crime. Whoa. So if they was doing some shit like that, man, shouldn't that dude legit fucking, shouldn't they get locked up for that, bro? But I understand that they ain't gonna get locked up because Mr. Beast could just pay off the fucking government or whatever.
24 hours breaking the Geneva Convention, I guess, is what we're doing. So, you know, they're giving me, you know, melatonin, you know, it's not helping, you know, and then Jimmy would come in like every other day for like an hour, you know, to check in on me because he's doing other stuff. You know, I'm just the guy in the cage over here. He'll come back to me in a minute. And so he'd come by, he'd get the shots, he'd leave. Sometimes he'd have a note for the director over the phone. That would really piss me off. This is the note I got from the director, from Jimmy, when I'm receiving some cash. He said, Jimmy said, can you say to the camera how thankful you are that now you can pay back your student loans?
What? What? Yo, I'm not even going to front with you, bro. If that shit would have happened to me, man, we throwing hands. I like, the next time I see you, Jimmy, that shit's up. Like, for you to fucking try to have me look like some type of dog or some shit. Like, I'm telling you, next time I see you, I'm beating your ass. Like, that's how I would feel.
You know how hard it was to do a take of that?
That shit sounds so fucking
pretend to make it
disrespectful.
Genuine. I don't want to have student loans. I don't want to be in a cage.
And you didn't even have student loans. That's sick, bro. That's fucked up. Hey, man, there's probably a lot more going on behind the scenes or went on behind the scenes. I think this boy Jimmy probably working on changing his ways now, but it's crazy how there was a situation that went on with Lizzo where they was talking about she was bullying her background dancers and everybody was getting mad at her. But when it comes to this situation right here, I'm not feeling that same kind of outrage for this dude like I did with Lizzo. Even now to this day, whenever I see a Lizzo post on TikTok or Twitter, you still have people bringing up that situation of her bullying her background dancers. I mean, like, yeah, when you'll see some comments and shit whenever it comes to like Mr. Beast and people talking about the whole Chris situation or whatever, but like, and they'll talk about like the fake videos, but when it comes to this, they ain't really talking about it. But they probably about to start talking about it now since the whole lawsuit has just came out.
But Jimmy's the guy with the money, and if you do what he says, he'll do what you want. You want your student loans paid off? You just be in this cage. And you have power over people. When one person doesn't have resources and the other one does, and they hold it over your head, and you go, of course, yeah, I agreed to it. I needed it, of course.
That sounds so fucked up, bro.
Like, having the cameras on me all the time. Like I was not having a good time, but we were filming a video, so I was trying my best to be funny. You know, I'm a dark comic. You know, I got bits about. I had a very traumatic life. I have my dad is in jail for sexual assault of a minor. You know, so this kind of stuff is very near and dear to my heart. You know, I don't fuck around with this shit. Yeah, I have jokes about that in my act. You know, I joke about it because, that's what you do in a traumatic experience. You know, abusive relationships. I get out of it. The first thing I do is I do a type file about it. You know, so I'm in this situation where my mental health is not good. My physical health is getting worse, but we're filming. So I'm doing bits. I'm talking to the camera. And I'm being, like, hey, it's been a couple days. I'm not doing so hot, which if I'm filming a video, that's what I should be doing for the camera, but it was too real. If they're faking videos, why couldn't we fake this one? If we're allowed to let these cast members have some time off of this difficult challenge, how come we couldn't turn the lights off? How come we couldn't maybe not have some time-lapse footage for 10 seconds?
Did you try to get out?
Yes! I was starting to calculate, I don't know if I could do 30. How much can I, how can I manage to get out of here sooner and still have a video and still have some cash and get the plug, man. I did. Since we're doing time-lapse shots and since they insisted on time-lapse shots, I said, all right, we'll give you time-lapse shots bet. I put my YouTube on with the whiteboard they gave me. And I was like, all right, yeah, go ahead and scrub that footage. You got that whiteboard. Oh no, either that goes in or this footage is unusable. And then, James Warren came in and erased it. Don't put that, hey, we can torture him. Don't you dare let him get a plug in there,
Why? Why wouldn't, why would you go ahead and erase that shit? Like, why can't I put my name up or my socials and shit? What is, like, what the fuck? Like, how is that freaking stopping you from getting money? They still got to see your video. What, you really think that people are going to watch this video and be like, oh, that's that dude's name? All right, let me stop watching this video and I'm going to go ahead and go to his shit. Like, what? That stuff is so stupid. It makes no sense to me. And this stuff is like legit sick, bro. It's fucked up, man, that he went through this type of stuff. And then that's when, like, I'm starting to get like Diddy vibes from this dude now. Mr. Beast is like, you get all this money and then you get like this influence and shit. So you think that you can just get people to do certain shit. And you're like, oh, I'm gonna pay you. I'm gonna give you this so you can do that. And the shit's like, bro, no, hell no, man. That's just demoralizing. I'm not about to do that shit. That's disrespectful, bro. That's going after my character, my integrity. And you want me to fucking look in the camera and be like, oh, thank you so much for paying my student loans, Mr. Beast. Hell nah, bro. Like, I'm your bitch. Like, are you serious?
Like, we were playing up the joke, it's like, I'm the boy in the cage, whatever. Like, I'll play into a joke, whatever, it's fine. It's just something weird about when Jimmy jokes. I have jokes about my dad because I love jokes with my dad. I'll joke about my dad all the time. That guy's a piece of shit. I hate my dad. I have friends that make fun of my dad. That's fine, because I know their intent. I know where they're coming from. When Jimmy joked with my dad, and I said that to seem weird. I don't like it. We were doing that, one of those hide-and-seek videos. Again, at the time, they were a lot realer. So I got caught. And when you get caught, you go to the place where you get caught. And I don't know if there's footage of this. I don't know if, I definitely didn't make the final cut. But he says to me, all right, you go to jail, like your dad. And, like, it's a joke. But when my friends do it, it's fine. And Jimmy just wasn't my friend. He was my boss. And that wasn't cool. And so now, I'm locked in a cage at his whim. And I have to do things to get the cash I need to live. And I got these cameras on me all the time. And I was unwell. I had editors coming up to me saying, "You good, bud?" And I was like, "Yeah, why? You're clearly unwell." And he goes, well, because the footage you're sending in is haunting. Because I'm trying to be funny, but I am mentally decaying, so I'm doing bits. Someone said there is a horror cut of a video in this. And I'm sitting like, who's watching this?
I mean, the whole premise was a horror in the first place.
Who wants to see this? What is fun about this, the video? And so the thing that made me I gotta get out. I can't do another day.
I mean, but the thing is, this is how a lot of people in the world are, bro. They really don't give a fuck, man. They will see somebody on damn near death, and that shit's entertaining to them. That's how sick this world is. That's why people love football so much. People love the UFC. People love boxing so much. Like, these dudes are legit putting their lives on the line, and people are just legit in the crowd, just cheering, smiling and shit. Yeah, yeah. This boy freaking got CTE. Yeah, yeah. Dude over here broke his damn leg. Can't walk ever again. Yeah, yeah. Dude broke his arm, bro. Damn near almost lost his arm. Yeah. Oh my God. Just like, it's whatever. They have a choice. I mean, shoot, y'all got choices too, but y'all act like y'all don't.
Here, Jimmy comes in and I'm asleep. I don't know what time it is.
All y'all do just be fucking complaining.
Why are you sleeping? I don't know, because I can't sleep.
You got a choice. You didn't have to work there. You could have worked somewhere else, but you chose to work there. You wasn't forced to. You're not even forced to stay.
And he goes, ask me why I have 2 briefcases. And I'm like, why do you have 2 briefcases? And he goes, oh, because this one's for today, you know, and this one's for the challenge. And I go, what's the challenge today? He goes, you're gonna run a marathon. You're gonna do 22.6K, whatever it is. And you're gonna do it on that treadmill over there. The first challenge I did was a Rubik's Cube, and I'm dyslexic. I'm dumb. I don't know how to do a Rubik's Cube. So your first challenge, Rubik's Cube. I was like, oh, I don't want to do it. I was like, on camera, I don't want to do it. He goes, just do it for the thing. My kid, yeah. Like there was an element of, oh, Jake will do what we want because he's in house. You know, that's one of the reasons why they got me. Jake's he's an inside guy, so he'll do whatever. We can push him a little extra hard because we know he's good. We know he's. I couldn't say no to the treadmill thing. Yeah. So I people who run marathons train forever, and it's still hard. Again, writer. Do I look like I run? I don't run, you know? Let alone a marathon, let alone that training for it.
Especially 22 miles.
I was in a sunlightless, you know.
Did you try to say no? Like, did you have a choice, or?
Based on the Rubik's Cube thing and based on all the other stuff, like there was so much pressure to just do it, just do the thing, you know? And if I refuse, it's just, oh, that's the whole video. I guess the budget's, you know, so much money up in flames because Jake said he wouldn't want to do the thing. And so I wanted to be a good sport, and
When Meat Canyon did those Mr. Beast videos, was there already rumors and allegations going on about a lot of the stuff in the background, or this was just some type of assumption that Meat Canyon did? Because, like, now that I'm thinking about it, like, it's like Meat Canyon warned us, and everybody just took it like a fucking joke. It's like some Simpson shit.
I wanted to get the boost, and I wanted the cash, and so I started running at 12. I was able to take some breaks, and I asked him, how long do I have? He goes, until I get back. And I'm running until 3 a.m. All right, I got off the treadmill. Oh, the blisters I had on my feet were like, you wouldn't believe, just all over, just these big red. I couldn't walk. My muscles were like just the lactic acid.
Why the hell would they ask you to run a 22-mile marathon? Like, it couldn't have just been 10 miles, bro. Why it had to be 22 miles? Because I know why he wanted that footage. He wanted that footage so he could use that shit for the time lapse, since they care so much about the time lapse. Some fucking bullshit. The time lapse. He wanted to use some for the fucking challenge and then use some other ones for the time lapse.
I got off the treadmill, and then the people that came in to like ice my feet, you know, make sure I was good. Then that's when I was like, I'm done. I can't. I'm done. I'm out. I'm out. And that's when I get the psych in, and I talk to the psych about how I'm not well. And like I said, there was a lot of good people over there that was saying, you got to pull him out. Yeah, I had friends that did some freelance work, and they would tell me, they'd be like, yeah, everyone knows you over there, everybody loves you. They go, oh, Jake Weddle, love that guy. Shame what happened to him. Like I'm a ghost. And I asked him, I said, how much longer are you guys going to keep me in here? And the guy goes, realistically, like at least 7 more days? No. And they didn't let me leave right away either. They wanted to make sure, everything was fine. So I just, slept for a while. They turned the lights off. And they brought, it's like they brought in all my friends, to make it. They brought in all the people I liked. And Jimmy. Then everybody was around me making sure I was good, making sure I was okay. But Jimmy had his he was sitting in the chair turned around like an evil villain. Swear to God. Everyone was looking at me and he was like Lex Luthor over there. He turns around, he stands up. He does the exact same thing when he's pretending to have a human connection. When you're watching a video and he's like, oh, stop, you're gonna make me cry. And he touches his eye or whatever as if he's crying. He's just... I didn't have to pretend to do that shit. She says, as if rehearsed by his lawyers. Your mental health's the most important thing. Just want to make sure you're okay. And the last thing we want you to do is...
I can almost hear the word Sue come out of his mouth. The S, he just stopped right before it got out.
I did not get the 300K. What I got, he goes, think of it this way. At least you get to keep what you earned. You were in there for XYZ days. You did XYZ challenges, so you got, 100,000 some change.
Yeah, he did not like that dude, bro. That's like a Spider-Man situation. Like, bro, I need that money. So if the ad said 3,000, yeah, it said $3,000 for 3 minutes. You pinned him in 2. All right, bitch. Said, remember when saying the N-word was the worst thing an influencer could do? Like, just off of this little thing of what he said, it just really made me to want to look at the comments. Man's whose entire personality is money is a psychopath. Or a sociopath, I mean. A registered sex offender in the company is actually insane. The fact that this man is quite literally traumatized from his experience isn't okay. I wholeheartedly believe Mr. Beast should be in jail, not just for war crimes, but illegal lotteries, sweepstakes, and honestly just lies. He should not have a platform. Mr. Beast is literally what Squid Games warned us about, unironically. It's crazy he's still ignoring the allegations and nothing has happened yet. I'm afraid Mr. Beast will get away with it. Yeah, because the people who are actually paying attention to this shit is not really his fan base. His fan base, they don't even know this shit is going on, or they don't even fully understand what's going on. They're not aware of it. Telling an employee don't do Twitch because you might become more famous and leave is a telltale sign of insecurity. Said the irony behind Mr. Beast parroting Squid Game. Rich people exploiting and then trapping and forcing the vulnerable to fight each other by dangling money in front of their face is insane. And it seemed like he hasn't always been like this, bro. from like what this dude is talking about, he's saying that like, yeah, some of the videos, like the videos are fake now, but they wasn't fake before. So it's like Mr. Beast is Squid Game now. Cause like I'm really starting to think, going back to his channel, going back to his channel, you see, ever since he did the Squid Game thing, this dude has changed. Where's that Squid Game video at? I think I might have passed it. Oh, he just changed the thumbnail. But he did Squid Game twice. I remember that shit. But not Squid Game. Yeah, so ever since he did the Squid Game video, it seemed like this nigga has changed. Because, like, let's just go throughout this dude's content. All right, not this shit. Well, actually, no. Let's go through this nigga's content. So this nigga, at first he had his channel be like, at first his channel was a commentary channel. So he was talking about a lot of shit that was going on around YouTube. And he was talking about drama and shit, it seems like. And basically he was trying to be like grade A, under A. I'm thinking that's one of the reasons why some of his thumbnails is like this in the art style. And if you go back down here, you got a thumbnail like that. And then that's when I even saw a video where he, like, here we go with another video like that. And then you got that video. So this nigga was really trying to be like grade A, under A for a little bit. And then right here, you got reaction channels are stupid. So he started off trying to do something different. And then he started trying to be like grade A, under A. And then that's when he started doing like this HGTV type of stuff. When did he start doing like the HGTV type of stuff? Oh, okay, so here we go with the fucking charity shit, giving a homeless person 10,000. So he did that shit. So that's the video that he was referencing. So that shit was 7 years ago. And that was the first video that he did that with. Yeah, so he definitely, like, that's one of the advice that he was giving a lot of people on all these different podcasts. Like, just do a whole bunch of different shit and see exactly what sticks. So he was legit doing a whole bunch of different shit on his channel and was trying to see which one would work. He said, watching dance till you're dead for 10 hours. Like, what? The fuck type of video is that? So this nigga even put his own self through fucking psychological warfare for views. So this dude started off as like what some of these people do now, just be doing degenerate shit for fucking views. Then he turned around and started doing charitable shit for views, tipping a pizza delivery guys 10,000, tipping Uber drivers 10,000. Then he started doing shit like this, getting 100 pieces of paper, stop a bullet. Dude did the life hacks. Donated 30,000 to a random Twitch streamer. $20,000 to a homeless person. I bought an expensive car using $1 bills. I don't know how the hell that got a lot of views, but okay. Giving 3 million pennies to my 3 millionth subscriber. Okay. So this is when he started doing that shit 7 years ago. He was tipping people. And then walking up to random people with 100 stormtroopers. That's probably around the time that new Star Wars movie was coming out. That's probably why he did that video. All right. Now, just looking at these thumbnails and looking at these videos, this shit does look real sus when it comes to like donating money to Twitch streamers or fucking tipping a waitress or waiter or whatever. That shit, it looks whack. Giving 4 My 4th million subscriber, 4 million cookies. The fuck I'm gonna do with 4 million cookies, bro? Like, are you serious? Can 1,000 rolls of duct tape stop a car? I gave 500,000 people. I gave $500,000 to random people. Okay. I built a working car using Legos. All right. Boy, still doing the donations. I donated 50K to Ninja. I gave my 6 million subscriber 6 million. You just got to find out yourself. Spending 24 hours straight underwater. This man is fucking sick. Spent 24 hours in straight slime. Last one to leave the circle wins 10,000. So this is when he started doing a lot of that shit. Giving my 10 million subscriber 10 million. You got to watch the video to know. I put 100 million Orbeez in my friend's backyard. And I think that was one of his first videos that like really blew the fuck up. Because I've heard him talk about that video a lot. Yeah, his formula is to use big numbers because that shit works. It works a lot. And also, like, giving people money works a lot. And he used that shit to his advantage. How I gave away $1 million. And now he put all those freaking tipping videos and shit into one video. Giving $100,000 to a homeless person. 20,000 magnets versus a car. I put 10 million Legos in my friend's house. I went back to first grade for a day. Spent 24 hours straight in an insane asylum. Should have spent 24 days, nigga, so you would know how that shit was. Spent 24 hours straight in a desert. 200,000 YouTuber Battle Royale. That's when Fortnite was really popping off. So he was taking advantage of that. He still was giving streamers money. Donating $100,000 to streamers with 0 viewers. Okay, whatever. Molten lava versus a giant block of ice. Giving 10,000 to random people. 24 hours in the most haunted place on earth. Paying 10,000 to eat ghost peppers. Spending 24 hours on top of a mountain. World's largest game of dodgeball. Last to leave a roller coaster wins $20,000. I mean, even that itself seemed like that can have a negative effect on you, bro. Anything you carry, I'll pay for. Number 2. This dude still was donating streamers 4 years ago. I searched 100 dumpsters. Here what I found. You found an iPad and an iPhone? Really? Planting 20 million trees. My biggest project ever. I remember when that video came out. Yeah, so this is when he started doing a lot of that weird shit. So he started doing a lot of that weird shit like 4 to 5 years ago. Oh, yeah, I remember when this video came out. It gave my credit card to random people. Lamborghini race. Ran a marathon in the world's largest shoes. I ate a $70,000 golden pizza. I remember that video. Like, when I'm saying that I remember this video, I didn't watch these videos. I remember because I've been following him for a minute, but I never really watched his videos until like the live stream this year of the 2 videos that I put up on my channel. That's when I actually seen like his videos, but I was just subscribed to him so I can see how his thumbnails was, so I can kind of like get some inspiration. Giving $1 million of food to people in need. I remember that video. 10 million Legos to build the largest Lego tower. Okay. Okay. Oh, and I remember this. This is when I first found out about Mr. Beast. I ate the world's largest slice of pizza. And then I think he also did that shit with a cookie too. I ate $100,000 of golden ice cream. Yeah, man. So yeah, pretty much like I said, I mean, it's from looking at his videos and shit, this dude seemed like he's always been weird. And it's one of those situations where like they say, money changes people, bro. I mean, it doesn't change everybody, but it does change some people. And he's definitely been determined to get to a point, and it seems like he's still trying to get to whatever point he's trying to get to. But we're starting to hear a lot of shit now, like how I was telling you on the last live stream when we was watching this dude's last video, that dude, Mr. Beast, like nobody can get to the level of what Mr. Beast has gotten to and be like morally right. Like you have to do a lot of unethical shit to get to like where this man has gotten to. And it's like real fucked up. And it you really can see how weird this nigga is, bro. But there's still a whole bunch of people that's gonna defend his ass because he entertains them. He gives those people a way to decompress, a way to get away from the real world, a way to live vicariously through him, like I was saying earlier. He gives them so many different things that gets them away from their pathetic, depressing lives. So these people are like, they worship this nigga. They idolize him, bro. It's really like a cult. And he knows this shit. So many of these celebrities and social media influencers and shit, they know this shit. So they use that shit to their advantage. So that's one of the reasons why he's not responding, because he's hoping that the people who actually do support him and are like his cult members or some shit are going to support him and defend him. He doesn't have to defend himself. He has y'all to defend him. He's just going to keep making content and not pay attention to any of that shit. But now since that tweet got out that he's about to get sued for his game show, he's going to have to say something now. He's got to say something. And I wonder how long it's going to take for him to say something. But this stuff, like, I really think this Squid Game video and this Willy Wonka video changed this nigga. To now, he's legit just like one of those rich people from Squid Game. It's fucked up, bro. It's legit. It's like really ironic.
You know, give or take. You know how much money I spent in taxes in 2021? I spent $44,000 in taxes alone. And now I spent all that money on doing stand-up. I bought plane tickets to go do comedy festivals. You know, my family back home, I gave them a bunch of stuff that they needed. And haven't been back on a Beast set in any official capacity or unofficial capacity since then.
So you won $100 and something thousand. He didn't even give you the full 300,000, and you had to pay 44,000 of those $100 and something thousand for taxes.
And then they did the video with somebody else, and they worked out the kinks. And then I still got in some hot water, and I knew it would. And I've wanted to say a lot of this for a long, long, long time. And I feel good now. I just had to get that off there.
So I just want to hop in here and show some text that Jake sent me after this interview. This is July 29, 2021, a few days after he got out of solitary. How are you feeling after a few days? Better. I still couldn't sleep, even a few days out, but I almost have my sleep cycle back on track. My legs and joints are good, but the blisters on my feet still hurt to walk on. Medical advice I got was not to lance them and just let them go away with time. I'm mentally still in an uneasy place, but I've gotten back on better help. My therapist is a little concerned, but we are working on things. Reminder, this is not supposed to be a traumatic life event. This is supposed to be a Mr. Beast video. Hey Jake, hope you're doing okay. Meg and I just wanted to check in on you. Hey, I'm good and I appreciate that. I'm not exactly 100%. I feel like mentally I'm still recovering a bit, but back in therapy and my therapist is concerned. Haha, but my legs and joints feel better, like I can walk, but my feet are still covered on those blisters and those hurt to walk on. But I was told the best thing to do is stay off my feet and let them heal. I'm in Raleigh with my family. Also, it'll be like a month before I get the money, and they aren't giving me all the money. They're giving me what I won up to that point in the game, which was also a slap in the face, but hey, I'm out, I'm alive. Therapist who knows and cares about you. The whole thing was so fucked, and honestly, fuck them for not giving you the money. Meg and I are wishing you the best with your recovery, and please feel free to reach out if you need anyone to talk to or need a place to crash in New York. Hope you're doing well, man. That video you uploaded is money, so good. I appreciate. I'm doing better physically. Mentally, I'm still kind of in a place. I still can't sleep. I've slept 5 hours in the past 3 days, marathon included. I don't know what's wrong with me. Lots of thinking, too much one might say. Hope they're taking care of you where they can. I mean, I was kind of shocked they didn't pay me for the full 25, 30 days. They paid me what I made up to that point. Like even when we have to pull the plug for my mental health, the mechanism of the game is still at play. I'm just happy to be out. I still can't walk well, but it hurts less. And like,
Bro, and what's crazy, nothing's gonna happen to Mr. Beast. Nothing's gonna happen to this dude because he makes YouTube probably the most money out of any channel on YouTube. YouTube doesn't want to lose that money. So nothing's probably gonna happen to this man. Unless like he does something real fucked up. Like if he gets caught up being like another Jeffrey Epstein or R. Kelly or P. Diddy, if he gets caught up doing something like that, that's the only way they'll take this nigga off. But him freaking having bad working environments and all this type of shit, YouTube is going to be like, oh, it's whatever. We'll just sweep that under the rug. We'll just give you a slap on the wrist. It's fine.
I'm not famous enough to burn a bridge. So at the end of the day, I'm still Jimmy's bitch. Like if I was Carl and he did that to me, I'd ruin him. And they want to do it again. That could be your leverage. If the guy breaks down also, 2 is better than 1. Yeah, right. I told them everything they did to me that they can't do again in order to make sure the other person doesn't break down as fast. But like the way the video is meant to function is the problem. It's a bad idea, full stop. It sounds clickbaity, sounds right up Jimmy's alley, but it's morally unethical like on every level. Off-camera breaks, lights off at night, visitation, take the marathon out. Marathon is a video in itself. You can't expect someone to exert themselves like that for 45 seconds of content. The challenges really made it feel dehumanizing, felt like a parody of Mr. Beast. I felt like the homeless guy they could exploit. It felt like if Jeff Bezos had a GIMP. It felt like if Jeff Bezos had a GIMP. Part of me wants the footage burned and part of me thinks that there's a great...
Oh, he doesn't, what, you don't know what a GIMP means? Or a GIMP is? Yo, I understand what y'all saying when it comes to like real celebs, but the difference between real celebs and Mr. Beast is like Mr. Beast like makes YouTube a lot of money. Like a lot of those celebs, they will make like different companies a lot of money. This dude, Mr. Beast, is making one whole company a lot of money, bro. I forgot what else I was trying to say. What did he talk about? Oh yeah, that's what I was trying to talk about. I remember when these videos came out, and I didn't watch them, but I was seeing a lot of tweets and shit. There was a lot of people saying that, oh man, what he's saying in these videos and shit is not true. This nigga is legit showing you fucking text messages, and he's showing you proof and shit in videos. The dude legit has somebody that's fucking been in a video and has a picture of them being in a video and has fucking video evidence of them in other videos, bro. Like the nigga has legit shown you so much proof. How is this shit fake? This shit is not fake, bro. It's like y'all just trying to defend him for the people who are saying that this shit's fake. This is not fake, bro. This dude, Mr. Beast, is legit a fucking weirdo, bro. Like it's crazy. I never thought that I'd ever say something like that. And it's crazy. Another thing that's crazy is I kind of feel like me talking this much shit about Mr. Beast is going to fuck my life up. Because this nigga has so much pull when it comes to YouTube. I don't know if me finding it, if this nigga find my videos, if he going to try to find a way to get my whole shit shut down. So it's just like, I don't know, bro. There's like something in the back of my mind. It's like, you know, when it comes to anxiety and shit, it's just something in the back of my mind. I'm like, bro, I don't know. I gotta like calm myself down a bit, but at the same time, I'm kind of like, fuck all that. Cause this nigga is fucking weird, bro. This is legit sick. Doing all this shit for money, but then that's when you do this fucking charity shit just so people will be like, oh, well, you know, he's not a bad guy. You know, he freaking gave people millions of dollars. Like he built homes, he built wells and all this other shit. Like he offered to fix blindness and he fixed people who had disabilities and all. Like, man, this dude did so much shit, bro. Said these companies are not loyal. I mean, shoot, I would like to believe you, Jazz. I would love to believe you.
Horror cut in there. LMAO, he was so fake when he came in and said he cared about my mental health. They must have programmed the care about mental health updates. He said, we also don't want you to, and I swear to our Lord and Savior, he stopped himself from saying sue. Also, as far as like, he could have said no, he could have left at any time. I want to show the segment from an internal document at MrBeast called How to Succeed in MrBeast Production. Specifically on page 19, there's a paragraph called No Does Not Mean No. Already insane, because it's sort of, it seems to be co-opting the popular anti-rape slogan, which is a terrible look given the allegations that are going to be coming out very soon. It reads, when dealing with people outside MrBeast Productions, never take no at face value. If we need a store to buy everything inside of, and you can call the local Dollar Tree, and the person that answers says, no, you can't film here, that literally doesn't mean shit. Talk to other employees and see if they are fans or if any have kids that are fans. Try talking to their boss's boss. Have me DM them on Twitter and try their social team. If all avenues are exhausted and you are left with a no, that doesn't mean don't try the other Dollar Trees because the manager of those could be huge fans and willing to bend the rules. Basically what I'm trying to convey is what we call pushing through no. Don't stop because one person told you no. Stop when all conceivable options are exhausted. This is one of many tools that when combined dramatically improve your probability of success when producing here. So yeah, this idea.
I mean, I could kind of understand that. Because there's a lot of times where like you could call the Dollar Tree and ask, "Hey, can we film here?" And you're just talking to like a regular sales associate. And you just like, man, well, you know, you're just a regular sales associate, man. Like, just let me talk to the manager, the general manager, and I can ask them. So I can understand that. Like, if the sales associate tells you no, and it's just like, well, like I said, you ain't really got no pull. Let me talk to the manager or the general manager. If the manager or the general manager say no, then you just need to be like, all right, whatever. Now I understand if you're talking about going to a different, because like the way the fucking headline sounds. I thought he was talking about if somebody says no in the video, like the one dude talking about, no, I don't want to do that shit for the treadmill, and you just like, oh man, nah, just do it anyway. Like, oh man, can you just do it? Like, please just do it. Like, nigga, I've already told you no. So like, if you just keep hassling me, talking about, man, if you do it anyway. But like him talking about, oh, well, just try other different avenues to let us get permission to film at a certain location, like that. To me, that's not really that big of a deal because, I mean, there's a lot of companies that do that type of shit. And there's a lot of times where you, like, have to do that. You feel me? Like, of course, like, why are you even just calling the store in the first place? You need to try to talk to the manager or general manager to begin with. Like, why the fuck are you just calling the store trying to ask the fucking sales associate, hey, can we film here? Like, they don't have any say. Because, like, if the manager is working there, or if the general manager shows up and they see that you filming, and if they have a problem with it, like, then, hey, that's your problem. You should have talked to them.
Like pushing through no's is a big component to working at MrBeast. And the way that it manifests itself a lot of the time is like a director might tell a producer, hey, we need access to 30 acres of farmland by Tuesday or we lose $500,000. Now, if you're the producer, you obviously know that means get it done or you lose your job. So what can happen is like a producer's calling up farmers saying, hey, I need to use your land. And the farmer might be like, okay, but you know, I have animals, you can't be making really loud noises, no pyrotechnics, and you got to clean everything up. So the producer's sort of incentivized to lie and say, or maybe the producer doesn't even actually know the total contents of the video, right? Things changed last second. So they're very like, they're financially incentivized to be manipulative, and sort of they're put in positions where it's like, oh, it's either the producer's job or a civilian's job, like where it talks about, hey, maybe the manager would be willing to bend the rules. Well, you shouldn't really be pressuring civilians to bend the rules that could get them fired, you know? I'll show you a real life example. This is unused evidence from part 1.
Well, yeah, I do understand that, you know, because like if the CEO or whatever didn't like that they did that, then yeah, I can understand that. All right, that's cool. That's cool. And then like I understand what you're saying, Mariah, when you're talking about if that's his philosophy when it comes to business, what do you think his philosophy will be with people? I mean, yeah, I can completely understand that because it obviously seems like he does not value people's lives or opinions whatsoever. He only cares about just making a good video and making a lot of money and all that type of shit. So I completely understand that question. I wasn't really thinking about that. I was just like talking about like just that whole section right there. But like if you think about it a whole lot more, like with the question you're asking and like what he's saying right here, it makes so much sense to have a problem with that type of perspective on shit, you know, that type of thought process.
I'd seen this Reddit post titled Mr. Beast Leaving Trash Behind and Debris at Film Site in Ayden, North Carolina. Apparently he left a large boat in a pond as well as debris around the film site in the bottom of the pond weeks and weeks after the agreed time frame. This actually rendered it unsafe for campers and almost delayed the camp's opening date multiple times due to not being able to get in contact with Mr. Beast to get the stuff cleaned up out of the area. So I actually know that this is from Mr.
Are you serious, bitch? Why aren't you cleaning up after yourself? What are we doing here?
Beast video called Protect the Yacht, Keep It, where at the end of that video he actually says,
if you're wondering, yes, we did ensure the lake was completely cleaned up after this video. For the love of God, subscribe so we can pass T-Series.
Yeah, so he says at the end of the video that they made sure it was cleaned up. I was actually on site for part of this production. I was at this camp. So I decided to send an email out to the camp, basically saying, hey, I heard these rumors. I'm investigating similar incidents. And the camp responded, actually not denying the claims, going on to say, I am sure that there are no perfect film productions, just as there are no perfect people. I am grateful for the opportunity that we had to host the production crew, and because grace, or forgiveness, has been offered to me so freely, I will choose to offer the same. So clearly alluding to the fact that there was a wrongdoing by Mr. Beast's production team. And that's like sort of the thing is, if you're around Greenville, you know these stories of people working with Mr. Beast and it being extremely unprofessional, them not doing what they say, but they sort of get by a lot on their good public image. And like, I mean, this camp offered to host them completely for free. And I guarantee, like, if you went to the lake at the camp and you went magnet fishing, like you'd find all sorts of debris that's still there to this day. Like, they didn't clean it all up. So in the case of Jake Weddle, like, I'm sure that there were producers who were in a position of, hey, if Jake gets out early, we don't have a video and your job is at risk. So there's a tremendous amount of pressure on top of like him being delirious from not sleeping and everything to just manipulate him into staying. Which, you know, I'm sure this isn't like technically against the Geneva Convention on torture because he wasn't technically a prisoner. Like he could have left at any time, but because of the extreme pressure to stay in, it's not really a reasonable expectation that he could have just, you know, walked out.
Because of the implication.
I think Jimmy is a awkward kid who maybe, yeah, had it a little rough growing up. I can't speak on that, but I do have empathy for it because I, you know, had it rough growing up. And I think when you're hyper fixated on something, like I love stand-up, he loves YouTube, everyone, you know, fixates on a thing, you know. I think he just wanted to be the best YouTuber so bad. And because the industry's metrics, you know, rewarded some not great behavior, if you're just going on autopilot based on what the numbers say, you know, you can do some things that maybe aren't good, but reap reward. And I think Jimmy just did what the industry and maybe what this system that we have set up demanded. And he didn't care who got hurt. And I think Jimmy surrounded himself with really, really not so great people, and those people were the ones making the decisions. And I want to say, really important, There are so many good people that work at Mr. Beast who are damn good at their jobs. Like, when Jimmy comes in and asks for something impossible, it's these people's jobs to do it. And they shouldn't be able to make it happen, and they do. And so, I don't think people wanted to talk about stuff because I didn't want my friends to lose their jobs. I don't care about my fucking job. I'll die in a hole. I don't care. But I don't want my friends to lose their jobs. You know? I don't want anyone's reputation to be fucked. You know? But let's just go back to my dad for a second, if I may. My dad was like a swim coach, neighborhood swim team. Everybody loved it. Behind closed doors, he's a real piece of shit. And so, when stuff starts hitting the fan, what? Him? No. Surely. And then, everyone, thought my mom was the bitch, for not, But then the news broke, that he did what he did to one of the students of the team. And
what?
It's like when that comes out, you're not surprised, You just go. When I saw my dad in the news, I said, "Oh, you idiots!" Like I was like, "No, what?" I was, "Oh, dumbass! God damn it!" But I wasn't surprised, and it was just consequences happening to somebody who was really good at avoiding them for a long time. And I don't know, everybody loves Jimmy, and behind closed doors, he is not super great, and that image is cultivated purposefully and intentionally, and it's branding, it's marketing, it's YouTube.
Okay, so I guess, just one final question on a serious note. Obviously, the Ava Chris Tyson drama.
I was about to say, so that what the fuck? What happened with a student? What the hell? So Mr. Beast had something going on with a student? What? I thought they was talking about Chris. The fuck?
And that's a known issue of traditional media. Did you witness or hear about any sexual misconduct at the company?
It's crazy. I probably hung out with Ava the most out of the main cast just because I was on Beast Hacks, now Beast Reacts. I don't know if it's still out. That was a lot of fun because it was just being silly and goofy in front of the camera. And Ava was the only person who was willing to film. Everybody else was too busy or didn't want to, and I was just trying to do my job. Sometimes there'd be like an offhanded joke that's a little gross. I mean, I'm a stand-up, so I'm very desensitized to that. I didn't hear anything that was like, whoa, that's crazy. Like when I saw, the reason I messaged you instead of talking to reporters sweetly like I have been was when I saw the Discord stuff because when I got there, it was like 2019. So I guess if the timelines add up, that would have been like handled, for lack of a better term. And then they started bringing more people on. Maybe they thought they had that under the rug, all right, we handled that. Now let's bring in some writers, And when I saw it, all that stuff start coming out, and the potentiality, as of this moment of recording, I know this has been happening fast and stuff has been coming out so fast. Just the potential that Jimmy could have been in those Discord chats, or even the potential that he participated in those Discord chats. After the shit he did to me, if you're gonna make fun of my dad.
I mean, didn't they like show? I saw one screenshot. Like, wasn't Mr. Beast's name in one of the fucking chats, bro? I think I saw something like that. And then that's when I remember I heard a recording. Like way early. Mr. Beast was on some type of podcast or some shit, and he said something about like, I think it was Bad Baby, and he was talking about something like how she looked so damn fine or something, or like how she got nice breasts or something. And you shoot, I know you'll hit that. I know you'll hit that. Would you hit that? And he's like, it's just me. And it's like, nigga, what? That's weird. Like, what are you talking about? and I think it was like something else. I forgot. Then that's when they had like the whole drama happen where it was like the girlfriend said something, but then I guess it wasn't like the real girlfriend or whatever. Or I think like half the shit was fake or something. I forget. I don't know. It was something. I guess it was something like her account got hacked or something. It's been a lot, bro.
I don't care what happens to me and my career and reputation after this. I had to say some stuff. So whatever happens at this point.
Outside of it, Chris Tyson, did you notice any or hear about any sexual misconduct at the company?
I've heard rumors. I can't confirm or deny anything. I don't have any tangible evidence, but I've heard stuff that if it could be investigated, that'd be great. But it's like water cooler talk. But I've heard things, yes, of course. I heard, people have been let go for sexually assaulting some very young people. The idea that Jimmy didn't know, or that Jimmy was covering stuff up. He didn't want stuff to come out. He's very careful about his image. The tangible proof that he knew but covered it up. How do you prove that, Well, there was a known sex offender, registered sex offender, convicted sex offender on the registry and everything, who worked there. And like you can, someone pees in public, you're on the registry, you get it. You can still have a job after you're on that's one thing. You go to prison, you get rehabilitated, that's one thing. Like if you do your time, that's fine. I think there should be rehabilitation in this country. But that guy, from what I hear, I can't confirm or deny, from what I hear, he's on the registry for doing some not great stuff to some underage people. And they knew that. He's working at a channel that has underage people on and around and is targeted to underage people. And they covered up the fact that not only did he work there, but he was like the manager when it all started. And that he knew, and because he'll be in videos, he'll be in thumbnails, he'll be around, and whenever he is, he's wearing a mask. Why would you wear a mask? Why would you conceal your face? It's like, what are you concealing? That you are a registered sex offender? And that your face can be looked up on a thing? How much more can you literally cover up a sex offender with a physical mask? Like, do I have to, is it more on the nose? Or I don't know why they let him go, because there's rumors back and forth. So I don't know why they let him go, but he did leave at one point. Even if that guy didn't do anything, they still knew about it and he was still around. And what if he's one of the people in the Discord servers? What if he's not? I don't know. But when I was there, they called him Delaware. It's like, why do you call him Delaware? And I didn't know. Apparently they called him Delaware because he's not allowed to go back to Delaware. That's his nickname?
So
colloquially?
So that's like some type of joke that they was playing? Like, I don't. So that means that means that y'all knew. And you still had him work with y'all.
Yeah, it's Delaware. Don't ask him why. The fuck?
And Jimmy knew about it?
The likelihood that he didn't know is astronomically low.
Okay, so finally I have a recorded phone conversation. The person on the other end of this line is a different former Mr. Beast employee talking about Delaware. Also, apparently before this phone conversation got recorded, the person on the other end of the line said that the Mr. Beast team was actually trying to expunge Delaware's record off the registry, and that's what actually sparked this person to start recording.
I don't like that voice. I'm sorry, that voice is terrifying me. I'm sorry, I can't listen to that. Y'all, I'm sorry, y'all. I know this. It gets to a point. You feel me? I understand that this whole thing is a reaction and shit, but even then, I can't watch everything, bro. It's just like I don't like that voice. Even though it's like he's talking about a sex offender, I don't feel comfortable. I'm sorry. I might just have to skip past that part. I mean, how long is this shit? It's like a minute long, I think. I guess I'm gonna just suck it up.
Jimmy was like, I never sat down and I was like, would you do it for like $1,000? Like, stay out there and fucking make a set for like 8 hours by yourself. You know, I'd be like, yeah, sure, whatever. And it was Reed's idea to get involved. And it was like, we need to get you an APL manager, and then we went through that whole cycle of different VPs and managers.
Why do they have to make his voice like that, though?
You can't really talk to us anymore because we're scared of Jimmy. And if you really don't do anything in the affidavits or testimonials from people, you have to move very quickly because one of those people are going to go back. Is that Jimmy?
Okay, so Reed is Mr. Beast's former manager who was in the last video telling Jimmy, you know, hey, don't promote gambling to children. So, you know, I think Reed's taken 2 W's this month. You know, don't promote gambling to children and don't have offenders on payroll. Also, yeah, just from where I'm sitting, it seems extremely unlikely that Jimmy wouldn't know. But, you know, I know I'm sure that's the defense he'll go with. So I'll just say preemptively, like, you know, if somehow Jimmy didn't know about Delaware, I think it's still such an extreme level of negligence. Like, what, you're not doing background checks. You're not. Everyone at your company knows, but somehow you don't know. I think that needs more of an explanation than just saying, I didn't know. Well, how didn't you know? How did this person get into the company and you know, a company that makes content for children and is around children? So yeah, Jimmy, I think we need an explanation from you or you know, your lawyers and PR people and representatives and spokespersons and on how you could have not known that there was an offender at a high level in your company. And while you're responding to that, why not just respond to the allegations of rigging contest videos and selling fake signatures, running illegal lotteries, you know, the dangerous conditions on the set of Beast games. You should address those too. So yeah, just let us know. Okay, that was my interview with former Mr. Beast employee Jake Weddle.
All right. Shoot, man, I hope everything's all right with him, and I hope everything goes good. Damn. Yeah, I don't really got nothing else to say, bro.